Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Now, humans and animals alike tend to behave in automated, tape activated manners in certain situations. This is due in part to evolution to help us deal with extremely complicated environments. Now, if you want to understand some of the techniques that are used to abuse these mechanisms and influence you, this video is for you. Today, I'll be sharing some key ideas from Influence written by Robert Cialdini. So, let's get started and take it one rule at a time. As a rule, we prefer to say yes to someone we know and like. This works in the following manners. Physical attractiveness. This is what is called a halo effect. It occurs when one positive characteristic of a person dominates the way that person is perceived by others. Similarity. We like people who are similar to us. We are more likely to buy from a salesman whose age, religion, and/or habits match ours. An association with good things or bad things will influence how people feel about us. The linking of celebrities to products is another way by which advertisers cash in on this principle. So, how do you say no? Focus on the undue liking that has been produced. Be sensitive to the feeling that we have come to like the practitioner more quickly than we would have liked. We all possess a deep seated sense of duty to authority. But why do we do so? There exist good reasons for this motivation. As a society, we are able to carry out trade, defense, and social controls. Otherwise, we would all descend into anarchy. So, what are some of the aspects of this blind obedience? Title. The appearance of authority is enough. A well known actor popular for having played the role of a doctor can present himself as a medical authority. Just a mere label, and we all start deferring to authority. Clothes. They act as cloaks of authority. We act differently when we see someone wear a uniform, or for that matter, an expensive suit. Trappings. What kind of ornaments someone is possessing, say an expensive car, tend to modify our behaviors towards them. So, how do you say no? Ask yourself, is this authority truly an expert? Second, ask yourself, how truthful can we expect the expert to be here? The scarcity principle says that opportunities seem more valuable to us when their availability is limited. For example, we interrupt a face to face conversation to attend a call from an unknown number, or we buy antiques. Now, here are some scarcity principle tactics that are used. Limited number. When the customer is informed that a certain product is in short supply, that cannot be guaranteed to last long. A second technique is deadline. In this tactic, some official time limit is placed on the customer's opportunity to get what is being offered. These work because as opportunities become less available, we lose our freedoms, and we hate that. A less available item is more valuable and desired. So, how do you say no? A scarce cookie does not taste better. Understand that the joy is not in experiencing a scarce commodity, but in possessing it. In order to avoid making this a feature length video, let me quickly share with you what else you will find in this book. You will find research backed studies which will teach you how social imitation is used, such as in the case of the Jonestown massacre. You will also read how reciprocation is used by multi level marketeers like Amway. And finally, you will learn how, using the principle of consistency, the Chinese were effective in getting American prisoners of war to inform on one another. So that brings us to the close of the video. Now, if you watched till the end and found this video insightful, do give a thumbs up and subscribe to help support the channel for more such content in the near future. Alright, I'll catch you in the next one. See you!